Situated in the regional Victorian city of Bendigo is the Eaglehawk plant of Stafford Manufacturing, part of the success story of a 106-year-old wholly Australian-owned company, Stafford Group. Today, 120 employees are engaged in manufacturing some of Australia's most recognised high-quality tailored labels. Anthony Squires, Yves Saint Laurent, Giotto and Stafford Ellenson. The plant also manufactures a wide range of garments under the Stafford corporate label. The Eaglehawk plant has always played a key role in the Stafford Group, continually striving for superior quality, service and value. And is ISO 9001 accredited, and was the first plant in the garment industry to negotiate an enterprise bargaining agreement. Time and markets never stand still, and the managers of Stafford Manufacturing realise that current concepts must be continually challenged and manufacturing systems continually improved. Striving to develop world's best practice, the Eaglehawk plant embarked on a quick response project with the assistance of Melbourne-based consultants and an AUS Industry Best Practice grant. One of the first steps was to set up a project steering committee. Mr. Vic Muller, the plant manager, explains.
The steering committee comprised our coat and trouser managers, our quality assurance manager and our project facilitator. We established very early on that the project was going to need a very strong focus.
With assistance from the consultant, it was identified that there was an enormous opportunity to decrease the amount of non-value-adding work, thereby greatly reducing the lead time.
We developed the concept of a 16-hour suit, and this became the driving vision for the entire project. This meant that we were going to develop as a standard process the production of a high-quality men's suit from receipt of order to dispatch of goods in 16 hours.
The challenges that stood in front of the staff at Eaglehawk were many. Vic explains.
We really needed to change the factory both physically and culturally. Before the project we used high-tech computerised moving systems which were pretty good at moving large volumes of work, but they became a real hindrance to the quick response objectives that we were trying to achieve. We also had a culture that was driven by payment by results, and because everybody was interested in their individual earnings and incentive, it was diametrically opposed to the quick response objectives that we wanted to achieve and the team working part of the project that we needed to develop.
Kerry Alford, the trouser manager, explains what it was like controlling work and the workforce before the quick response project was undertaken and teams were established.
Before we developed teams, we as managers and supervisors seem to always be continually fighting fires. Quite often jobs were pushed over top of each other and we were continuously chasing back orders. Operators were reluctant to do jobs other than those that they could earn a good bonus on. Absenteeism caused major problems. You know, there were times when work built up behind one operation.
The supervisors and managers were judged and therefore focused on labour recovery for the section. But the operators themselves were only concerned with their individual bonus. Two sets of people with very different objectives. There was no common cause. It was clear early on that the manufacturing system had to change. The computerised garment moving system was replaced with a manual rail, and the operations were converted from sit down to stand up. The operators were trained to employ a single unit bump system. Michelle, a coat team leader, explains what it was like to go from the old individual bonus, high work in progress environment to working in a team with low work in progress levels and utilising the bump concept.
The stand-up bump line is very different from the old system. There's no chance of building work up that's in progress. It's sort of like a baton relay. A few girls had trouble standing up at first all day, but now they're pretty used to it.
A key to the cultural change was to go from an individual bonus system to a team gain share. Using a simple but effective PC-based program, the team as a whole can monitor their team performance against labour recovery in real time. Kerry explains.
We no longer have to rely on performance feedback that's a day old. Now everyone knows what the current team performance is every minute. Now everyone is focused on the one goal, and that is to recover direct labour costs.
Team performance, which is later translated to team gain share, is calculated in real time and validated by a team-based coupon system. Another important aspect of the project was the conducting by the consultant of a number of half-day workshops. Workshops addressed the team leadership issues of managing conflict, time management, team leader roles, effective problem solving and value adding. Patty McGuinness is a coach supervisor and explains further.
The workshops were great fun. There was often game playing involved and we were divided up into teams. We quickly learned that we had to work together to find the solutions to the problems put before us in the best way possible. We also learned the difference between value adding and non-value adding, which is essential for the work that we do.
To further advance the 16-hour suit concept, reduce the non-value adding work, and to put into practice the skills learnt through the workshops, the Project Steering Committee identified the need to establish project teams made up of stakeholders in the three main manufacturing areas: cutting, machining, and finishing teams were set up with the objective of ensuring that each section was structured in such a manner to allow a 16-hour suit to be produced. Sharon Ashman, the trousers supervisor, explains.
Our team was made up of 2 supervisors, 2 team leaders, the plant manager and the project facilitator. We used CDAC charts, opportunity and benefit analysis to further team structures and tackled problems as they appeared throughout the quick response project. We refined the bump system, introduced a smart style changeover system and generally improved our planning.
As well as developing solutions, the teams prepared and made presentations to the Project Steering Committee as well as to their workmates. Matt, the cloth store person, explains.
It was a bit nerve-wracking having to get in front of the Project Steering Committee. Overall, I think it went pretty well. We did the same presentation to our workmates. They stirred us a bit, but we wanted to keep them informed.
The Eagle Hawk plant of Stafford Manufacturing has come a long way in a short time. From a factory with mountains of work in progress and employees focused on their individual needs, to a plant where all the employees are focused on customer delivery at a competitive price. Mark Shatwell is the pressing supervisor and has been with the company for many years.
You know, in pressing, sometimes we'd have weeks of production build-up just waiting to be pressed. The output from the machine lines was inconsistent, and there could be hidden quality problems in the buffer between the two, between the machine room and the press room. But look at it now. We've only got a 2-hour buffer between the machine room and the press room. There are no build-ups in pressing now, and everyone willingly moves from job to job. And we always know how we are performing. I can get on and spend more time improving quality and plan for the next job. And I like the job too.
Best Practice Quick Response Project has moved the plant from being focused on individual performance and supervisory control to a workforce focused on quality output with short lead times and full recovery of costs. But demands from the market are forcing management and staff to examine even greater paradigm shifts. From a plant skilled in making, predominantly, trousers and jackets, the staff and management are now looking to develop core process teams that can produce any outerwear to the highest quality standards, whilst still responding quickly to market requirements. The boundaries need to be continually pushed further out. In this short video, we hope to have given you an insight into the major restructuring issues that have been undertaken at the Eagle Hawk plant of Stafford Manufacturing, as the staff have rigorously chased best practice in quick response. The story is never ending, and change is now a constant. But thanks to the assistance of OS Industry, a group of Australians in regional Victoria are trying to match their skills against the world's best. They are producing Australian-designed product in an Australian-owned factory with Australian workers, providing good, innovative, world-class approaches.